Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special figure showcase and review we're going to be looking at the 2008 Japanese ehobby exclusive figure Gadep. That's his official name, but what you might know him more commonly as, of course, is Guardian Robot, especially considering obviously he's had a new Titan release of him. So for those of you who are unaware, he is of course the blue and white version of the original Generation 1 and Mega Supreme figure that we can of course and will do a comparison with later on. So what we're going to do with this video, I'm going to do my very best to have a quick look at showing you the box and indeed the figure and the contents inside, but as I can just about reach because it's so far away to get it on screen, I'm going to take the figure out of the box separately and put all the bits on there and build him up for you. But again, before we do so, we need to see the box. The box is beautiful. So there's the ehobby logo, and for people who don't know or didn't realize, ehobby do work directly with Takara in Japan. That's why they've got a license to use all the original molds. So there of course is the Guardian Robot. There's another behind. We've obviously got, I think that must be Starscream there, the Seekers, and of course these were in the cartoon episode War Dawn. You can also see it says collector's edition there on the back. If I try and spin this round, there we can make out that it is again just the Generation 1 Mega Supreme figure. And then if we keep turning it around, we've got what we would know as the 1985 battle scene, because that's the main, well, that's mainly the figures that were released in 1985 in Generation 1. And there of course is the figure itself, but it's in obviously the blue and white box because obviously it's an ehobby exclusive. So it is already opened. I don't think it's used, to be fair. It's one of the things I picked up very recently and very luckily on the Japanese auction center website called Jouse. I'm just going to bring this part out, and then just to show you what's inside, that's all the paperwork that's just fell out. I'm going to show you it all in the box, all in the packaging, and then what I'm going to do is just quickly stop the video and indeed take all the bits out. But I know that people want to see things like this. You perhaps don't want to see me fully taking it all out, but there it is. That is, I love this deco on it. This is something I've been after for ages, and of course the recent release of the Titan has probably only increased the interest in this particular figure. But there it is. I'm going to set it free from the packaging, and we're going to build it all the way up in the next section anyway. So let's get him out of the box. Okay, so I've just set him free and I'm really pleased, and in honesty really sort of quite lucky. It is 100% unused. I had to remove the sellotape from around the clamshell it was held in. The clips there, they're all still sealed, and indeed of course so is all the packaging. So I think the good thing about this means is that if this is all still sealed, and obviously it means it's brand new, that would mean that the electrics are going to work. So let's have a look. So we can look inside there, and that is, yeah, beautifully clean. So I think I gave somebody a bit of advice the other day regarding things like this. On Japanese websites, if it's listed as junk, that literally just means 95% of the time that it's been opened. It just basically means that it's not brand new, but the packaging has been opened. So this was literally listed as junk, but it's completely unused inside. It was just meant that the packaging has indeed been opened, which it has. Right, let's have a look at this then. So yeah, there we go. Lighting up, wheels are going round. I'm going to be able to put that on in a second then. So what I'm going to do, hopefully, I should be able to build this into the base mode. I just want to quickly show you some of the paperwork, not all of it. This was something that fell out of it. So this is a collector's, I suppose, sort of comic that comes with it. Again, unfortunately, I can't translate it obviously, but it's just a lovely little bonus thing. They started doing this like they did with the Shattered Glass figures as well, around about the same sort of time. I think they put a free comic in with that. The other paperwork again is the instructions, the stickers, and the collector's card. I'm not going to open this up, to be honest, because I think I can remember how to transform him, and I don't really have any intention at the moment of putting any stickers on. So what we've got here is we've got the two boots either side there. Now I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, that you would attach this part via there like so, and then that's what's going to go in the middle, and then you put the rocket together, yep, like so. This is again sort of so much fun because this has obviously never been played with, never been set up, and I feel sort of kind of lucky that I get to, you know, to do this, to build it up. There's the rocket bit that's going to go in the middle, and then now quite simply I do believe that we just pull all these apart. So we've got, these are going to be legs, of course, and the feet indeed. Where's the, I've just took them out, will go in the bottom. But all we're going to do, we're going to separate this. You can see there that these are going to slot together like so. So that's exactly what I'm going to have a go at doing. As long as it doesn't take me too long, I'll keep the camera rolling, because I know I get a lot of people who want to see things, but on the same hand, again, I appreciate that you might not want to hear me just talking away for all that period of time. So what we've got here then is these are going to piece together like so. I'm still yet to get the new updated version, and that's purely because at the moment it's just, in the UK especially, it's the same price in pounds as what it is in the UK in dollars, right? So this bit is now going to clip over on there like so, or have I got it the wrong way around? I need to have a double check and see exactly what I'm going wrong with in that in a second. But that's coming down there. No, of course it's these, isn't it? I need to take these little parts here. These, well, that's not going to fit there. This is just like a great big jigsaw, to be honest. There you go. That's how that's going to fit. You can see exactly where the name Parts Former came from, probably originally with this. In fact, what I think I'm going to do, because I think I've pretty much just shown you what to do, I'm going to do the other half, a bit of a Blue Peter moment, but I'm going to cut the video off now, and then I'm going to have done the other half. So all I'm basically doing, everybody, is piecing them two together, clipping these two, one of these in each side, and indeed building up the track like I did there. So let me get this done, keep the length of the video down. So there we go, I've built it up into the base mode, and for those of you who don't really know Omega Supreme toys, of course these are the arms that's made the rocket. That's the two top parts there of the legs. That's the bits which come around and join on the top of the legs. That's the bottom part of the leg, top part of the leg. We've got, of course, got the things at the back, and you don't actually need, you can clip these underneath, but I haven't actually needed to. We've got the feet there with the rocket, and indeed, as you're about to see, it should. Yeah, there we go. Excuse the noise, but there he is, going round and round. Let's turn him off. That is your base mode. So I think that this, to be honest, and you can see him at the side anyway, no, they're still a bit too big. I was going to say it might scale pretty well with some of the Legends figures, but to be fair, they're quite big. So let me have a look at some official Hasbro figures, shall we say? Nah, still maybe a little bit big. Got Core Class Starscream there, to be honest. Still a little bit too big, but that is the base mode. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to break it all into pieces, and then we're going to build him up into his robot mode. Right, so he's back, and I've partially started to build the robot up again, just so you can see me do the one side rather than doing both. So what I've had to do is, on the underside, you get the tank treads and you just slide these down. You can see they come down from there, and again, now it's just a case of piecing everything together. What we also need to do, and I don't want to do this, is take this part and start to crick it all the way back until he's up vertical, and then we can slide this up, hopefully. Yeah, there we go. So that's how the robot is going to look. If I push it right back there, we can sort of see. Right, so what we're looking at doing, see, we've got these treads under here like so. Then what we've got is these little pieces. So these, in fact, now you need to come down. I can't win with this camera angle, but there we go. So we've got these pieces which are going to clip following the same, I suppose, side, or the same profile, that's the word I'm after, as the tire track. So this is going to slot there, and it's going to rest just over it, and then of course you've got to match it up on this side, doing exactly the same. So, and then these will clip together via all them holes like so, and it will clip in under there. So what we're looking to do, rest that in there. Can I see what I'm doing? Not really. Let's see if I could see around this side. I just keep missing it, which you can obviously hear. And there we go. Right, so that's clipped that over there. Now it's not fully fixed yet at all, because then what we need to do is we need to take the foot, which is like so. You can see that these are going to slot into position like that. And then you're still not done, because what we need to do is we need to encase it with the huge part on the outside, which is this. So what we're looking for is we're looking to, obviously we're going to clip this together. This part needs to be the front, because that's where the foot's going to come out of. Then we can start putting the clips and the tabs on, and then we've got these at the back. So hopefully I should just be able to, again, you've got the contours cut out there for the bottom of where the tank is, so this should slot up to there. Yep, there it is. And again, you've got all these holes where the tabs here are going to line up, and this should clip or hold in position. Now it's not fully, there you are, you've heard the clip. What we need to do now though, just to make sure it doesn't fall apart, tiny clip is going to hold that in. And if you're after any Omega Supreme, it's always these that are missing, to be honest. As I say, you could have put these underneath the tracks to hold it together while it's in the alternate mode, but I just didn't. I chose not to, because it wasn't going to hold in that position. So then we've got the large clip coming on the front. There we go. Now I need to adjust the camera so you can see where we are. Right, let's take these arms very carefully, pull them round to the side, and then slot. Oh my days, everything's got ratchets on, which I suppose is good, but it's, oh, it really doesn't help me out. Right, let's lift these up just out of the way, because I need to create some clearance so I can get the backpack, which is of course this. This is going to slot over the top like so. It should do. It should do. Has that gone in? Sort of. So I need to try and get it straighter, to be honest. Let's have a look at this. I think it's because the tank, you can see, isn't straight. There we go. Come over, and then this should, I say it should just slot down. Maybe I know I need to open this up to put it over from the other side. Right. It should slot down, but I don't want to be too brutal with it, shall we say. I'm sure you can appreciate that. All right, bear with me a second. Okay, so I've learned what I've done wrong, and if you're wondering why I'm keeping it in the video, it's just because if I make mistakes, hopefully other people can learn from them as well. So what I'd done was I brought the tank turret up, which I shouldn't have. So what you need to do is you need to take the backpack with the tank turret all the way forward. There you go. That's literally the silly mistake I made. It's as simple as that if you don't bring the tank turret up. So now obviously we're going to bring the turret up nice and carefully, and I already hated moving this anyway, but luckily I know it's going to move there, and then slot that up into position, and there we go. Right, now you've got a couple of choices. When we open this up, you can, if you want to, just put this piece on, which I think I'm going to be honest, because I think with all of these on, it just doesn't look right. And what I mean by that is I'm going to show you. I suppose it's easier if I show you rather than actually not do it. So if I pop that in the back, it's just too big. See what I mean? It's just way too big. You can have a choice. You can just keep the top ones on if you want. You can slot this out like so, or you can just have these pieces on. I think with my original G1, I just have the middle bits. I'm just going to have a quick look at the box. No, it's exactly the same. It's just saying to go for the pieces which are in fact in. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So let's turn this around. You can see the holes that we were lining up. These fit nice and snugly into there. That just means I'm going to have to put the rest of the track back in the box, which I don't really like to do, but needs must. This should then click all the way in. Oh, there we go. Oh, that sound then was because I was putting pressure. I knocked this down as well. I'm going to show you him walking in a minute, because he absolutely should do, obviously, because we've just seen him working tanks. So let's bring these arms back down. They will clip all the way around, and they scare me. They really do. Right, that looks to seem to it's got a tab, so I'm just looking in here. So inside here, there's a tab there. You can just about make that out. So this should slot over. There you go. Faintest of little clicks there. And then I think there's going to be, yeah, there's the same on this side. So let's bring this down, turn it around. There's the cutout there. There is a little tab on the top of this one this time. I'm going to slot that in. Right, I'm going to put it back, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually turn the camera off and come straight back with him walking. Right then, so here we are, ready to see him walk. Let's just make sure I can keep him on. And there you go. That's enough of that. You can see that he moves, you can see that he lights up and everything. And indeed, I've already said this, but I'm going to say it again. I think the colour scheme for this just works. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm going to come right back now and show you him compared to the original G1 version. Right then, there he is next to the original G1, and I'm sure you'll agree that they both look great together. I've just realized that's not all the way down, but that's again how I've been displaying him. Color schemes, they both tend to work, but I really like the colors on the ehobby version. And again, I've got such great memories of that particular cartoon episode and watching it with my little boy. So let's give you an idea of, I suppose, how big he is. Might as well start with some of the Legends figures that I've got right in front of me. So we've got Magic Square, we've got New Age, we've got Iron Factory, and then we've got indeed Hasbro own core class figures. So you can see how well he sizes up compared to any of them. There we go, Generation 1 figures, and we've got some newer versions as well. So there's a deluxe new figure as standard, and indeed I've got some Studio Series figures as well, just to give you an idea. So it's a big old toy, to be honest. He does look really good. Last couple of figures just to throw up on there is things that, again, you might be wondering who ehobby are, and maybe you want to search for some of the figures that they've done, or indeed check the playlists on here. But there is, of course, a hauler, the original. So again, loads of these figures now have got a lot of love because of ehobby. You know, they did these versions all these years ago of the figures and the characters. I don't even think you're gonna be able to see Detritus because he's so small. There you go, of these figures and characters that we all wanted, and they released them, as I say, in the 2000s, whereas now they're getting updates, which is great, as you can see. But I think that's all there is to say with regards to this figure. I'm really pleased I managed to add into my collection. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys, and of course, take care.